Mark Yates and Pre York away. Mark, how much work has there been on the training field this week to get the frustrations of Saturday out of the way?
Yeah, first couple of days of the week were exactly that. And the players were great. You know, we're all a little bit frustrated, I think, as everyone is. And the only way we're going to do it is to get ourselves out of it, is to just work even harder at what we're doing and trying to get a little bit more tempo to our game, a little bit more energy and enthusiasm. And if we can get that, you know, hopefully that can take us beyond where we are at the moment.
And I suppose that will also be what will help you finish teams off, won't it? Whether it's to get a second goal, whether it's to keep a clean sheet.
Absolutely. A bit of enthusiasm, play with a smile on your face. And the basics are there, but we just, for whatever reason, we're not winning games as many times as we would have liked this season, and we're trying everything that we can to get a reaction, a positive reaction. I mean, you know, I have no problem with most of Saturday's play. We just very frustrating that we didn't get 3 points. So we've been working on a couple of things this week to try and ensure that our energy levels and our performance levels make sure that we can see games out.
Sorry. And how much is it a case of, I suppose, just those fine margins are what makes the difference, and how difficult is it to keep performances and results separated so that you concentrate on what's good as well?
It's difficult at the moment, but as long as the performances are there, we give ourselves far more chance. And like I say, for me, we've got good players. We haven't been seeing games out or winning enough games, full stop. But I think if they do it with a bit more of a smile on their face, like I said before, a bit more enthusiasm, a bit more wanting to do it for each other, then I think it will be a lot better. I think at the minute, and it is mindset of whether you win games consistently or not. It's that one where I think if you're winning games, you're in that habit. It just takes care of itself, and you see games through, and you know how to. As you said, the margins are really fine, and at the minute, we just need to flip it over and make sure that the winning margins come down on our side.
That's where experience helps, isn't it? Yeah,
a little bit of experience, but just togetherness and spirit, and like I said before, just enjoyment. You know, you've got to want to enjoy the good side of football and the bad side, and not let it phase you. You've got to be even more enthusiastic and more determined when things are going against you, and that's what I'm after.
What's the latest on David Noble?
Oh. David trained on Tuesday, but he's not. It's not right. We're taking him somewhere else today. We're taking him to see a spiritualist. I don't know what we're doing. He's gone off with Wes. Him and Wes are on the way to a specialist that they've seen before. Not David, but Wes has taken a few players to. Hopefully we can find exactly what it is. It's not like a hamstring where it's a certain spot, a certain bleed, a certain bit of bruising that's come out. We can't find anything on scans. We can't find anything on through Wes's hands, but there's something there stopping David, and unfortunately, it's a problem to him, and unfortunately that means it's a problem for us.
Are you, though, a little bit better equipped to cope without him, obviously, with
Lee
Lucas now here?
Yeah, definitely. I thought Lee was excellent on Saturday. I thought he showed what I wanted, and I think getting fitter in terms of senior football, competitive football that he's used to, in terms of the under-21 stuff. I think we'll see what a good player he is.
Kamar's obviously gone back to West Brom. How much work can you put in so that you can strike as soon as the window opens again?
Yeah, we've got a couple of things that could happen tomorrow, but probably not, because we're travelling tomorrow as well. I think it's probably be next week before I do anything. I've got a couple of targets. One's not quite fit enough yet, but from an injury he picked up, and the other one we're just waiting to see whether his club let him out next week. Kamar did all right for us, did more than all right for us. A good technical footballer, but once he expressed the desire to go back to West Brom, and I fully understand that. He's a young kid, he wants to be in the eye of a new manager, and I understand that his contract was up. But for me, if he doesn't want to be here, then that's fine. We've got, players have got to want to be here, got to want to play for me, got to want to play for the club. Put that shirt on him with pride, and I wish Kamar all the best for his future.
York, obviously, the Cheltenham fans going up there. A lot of the focus for them is going to be on Russ Penn and Keith Lowe.
Yep.
I mean, is it one of those that it's perhaps takes a little bit of the sting out of it that it's at York rather than at Whaddon Road?
Two ex-players, two very good ex-players who've done really well for us. Both good lads, both who I've worked with for 5-6 years of my managerial career. So there's no problem there. Just sometimes it happens. Time to move on. And like I say, they've done all right for their new clubs. We have to make sure that we go up there and keep doing what we're doing and try and be better than we are and try and get 3 points. Because
that's only a sort of a subplot to it. The main plot is that the two teams are very close together in the table.
Absolutely, they've had a little run. They've just gone a place above us in the table, so we know it's going to be tough. They beat Fleetwood away, as we did. They've got some good players. They've started to rebuild for next season and beyond. By the looks of it, maybe they think they can have a sneak at the playoffs, like we all do. But it's going to be a tough place to go. It's you don't get anything cheaply in this league, and you certainly don't get anything come easy for you at York.
Injuries apart from David Noble, how's everyone else?
Yeah, we're okay. I think everybody was okay. Everybody's ready to train today, and we should be okay.
Finally, we asked about your contract situation.
We're nearer, but not ready yet. But we needed it both sides. Just waiting to get it done, really.
Right. Yeah, fine, thank you.
Well, the chairman said that I'm sure you've seen that he thinks it'll be your last one. I'm sure he means that in a complimentary way, that he thinks you're going to be looking to progress. But what do you think of those comments? That it's likely to be your last contract.
Listen, I'm here. A game tomorrow. Game on Saturday. I'm here for that. The chairman, can easily be misquoted. I haven't spoken to him since earlier in the week. It's not a problem for me either way. I'm here to do a job for the club. He's been complimentary about me, and we've done a decent job over the 4 years, and hopefully we can progress that and do even better next year.
Yeah, whatever happens at the end of the 2 years, it's nice to know you've got another 2 years to sort of.
Yeah, it's not about that. It's about just trying to make the club better in every way. We've had what he described it was an ordinary season this year. We've got to make sure that we finish it strongly and we make it in a positive one. And there's still plenty of points to play for. Nothing's finished yet. There's always somebody, a surprise team comes out of the pack, and we have to keep believing that can be us. We've set ourselves a little target amongst the group to turn an ordinary season into a decent season, and we know what we've got to do to achieve that. It's not something that we've particularly been good at this season, but we've got to win. We've got to win games. We've got to win probably 12 out of our 18 games. And that's the bottom line if we want to turn it into a decent season. But we're capable of it. We've got to keep believing.
So 12 out of 18, you think would be
12 out of 18 gives you a chance. Yeah, it gives you a chance to get in the playoffs. That's all. But it's something that, like a ratio that we haven't achieved so far this season. But it's the challenge that we have to set ourselves.
Yeah, it's a real shame that, speaking to the chairman, that Russ Penn had to go so he could keep Noble, which obviously was the right decision at the time, and now he's injured.
It wasn't just Noble. It wasn't just Noble. It was to we needed to not cut the wage was the wrong word, but we needed to make a couple of savings this season, and Russ wasn't in the team. I have no problem with that. Russ has done brilliant for me for the 4 years 3.5 years that he's been here. 3 years he's been here. This season wasn't one of his better ones, but that's no problem. He'll probably have the best game of his life against us on Saturday. But that's life. That's football, and he's a good character. He was my captain. I expect him to be busting a gut and determined to put one over us on Saturday. Like I expect my players to go up there and make sure we do all we can to win on Saturday.
Yeah, who would you say the main options to play in the Kamar Roof role now? Because you've got a few different players have played there this season.
We've got a few. Sammy, could we put Matt Richards up one? Zach Kavitsa. We've got options. Jermaine could always drop into there. We've got a few things. But like I say, we've been working on a couple of things, and we've got to make sure that we try and put that into action on Saturday.
Yeah, and Keith Lowe probably played more of his games at right back here, didn't he? But he seems to have been centre half there.
He's a steady Eddie, Keith. He's popped up with important goals for us. But he's been a valuable member of our our squad, and again, he felt the time to move on, and I fully respect both of their decisions. And like I say, after Saturday, I'll continue to wish them luck every week they play.
Yeah. Is it a Roof type player that you're looking for now, or are there other areas that you think are more pressing?
Kamal was a wide player who could play in the hole. You know, we're looking along the same lines.
Yeah. Cheers, Mark.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.